close. And now Goldberg. Yes, here we go. Goldberg has Owens up. Finally, the jackhammer done right. Goldberg hits the jackhammer. And the cover. We have a new champ. His title reign has come to an end, and Goldberg completes his mission. He wanted to win the Universal Championship. He wanted to come back and get it done. Be the hero to everyone. Nobody wants him to be their hero. So now, he's become the villain. Goldberg, doing things his own way, doing whatever the hell he wants, and takes the title tonight at Extreme Rules. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. My name is BrendenPlayz, and tonight we are following on from Extreme Rules, and we now set our attention to the upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We have two Money in the Bank qualifying matches. It's Aries versus Samoa Joe in our first one. And what about the second? AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. What a match that will be. We will see. Two incredible matches on tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw as we prepare for the upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view and the Money in the Bank ladder match. But first, this week on Monday Night Raw, Sheamus will go one-on-one with Jack Swagger. Tyson Kidd, he'll be in action. He'll be taking on Kalisto one-on-one. Alexa Bliss, she goes one-on-one with Nikki Bella. And we also have some tag team action as the Hype Bros. They'll be up against the Los Matadors. Matadors have been pretty good as of late. We'll see how they go this week. Aries will go one-on-one with Samoa Joe, as we said a moment ago. The first of our two Money in the Bank qualifying matches. And Rollins and AJ Styles, the second Money in the Bank qualifier, takes place tonight. Seth Rollins had a huge message for Goldberg at Extreme Rules in the pre-show. We'll see how he reacts here tonight and how he prepares, and if he can win that match against AJ Styles to put him in a prominent position to take on Goldberg perhaps one day for that championship. Sheamus gets a victory over Jack Swagger. Tyson Kidd versus Kalisto. It's going to be Tyson Kidd with a victory. Bliss versus Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella picks up the win over Bliss. And the Matadors versus the Hype Bros. It's going to be the Los Matadors. There you go, another victory for them as we move on to the first of our Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at Extreme Rules, we saw perhaps one of the biggest upsets we have seen in quite some time here on Universe Mode. It came from the greatest man to have ever lived. It is Austin Aries, who defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to become the United States Champion, defeating Nakamura and ending nearly a record-breaking championship reign, a 32-week championship reign coming to an end by this man, Austin Aries. Well, Austin, he came in and said that he is the greatest, and he is out to prove it. Well, you come in and you beat a man who was one of the breakout stars of the year last year. Season 3, Nakamura owned it. And now Austin Aries comes in and leapfrogs him, takes his championship, and maybe even takes his place. From what we have been told, Nakamura wants his rematch, and he wants it at Money in the Bank. But he may not get it if Austin Aries wins here tonight and qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Samoa Joe, his opponent. What an incredible star Samoa Joe has been, but championships have yet to come his way. Joe, with a victory tonight, will catapult him in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I think he could be a favorite to win that if he can get in there. He's one of those guys who is made for Money in the Bank, a man who is waiting for an opportunity, waiting for a chance to get the world title picture. He may be a while away yet in terms of trying to leapfrog the other guys organically, but when you win Money in the Bank, you can cash in whenever the hell you want, and you can become a champion whenever you like. Just look at our WWE champion Finn Balor. Look what happened last year. Finn Balor, well, he was from NXT. He came in, he won Money in the Bank, he then got a Raw contract, and he then cashed in to become the WWE Champion just 1 month after coming to Raw. And that's what Money in the Bank can do. And, whoa, hang on. The former US Champion Shinsuke Nakamura coming out here to get a closer look at this one. Nakamura has defeated Samoa Joe in the past. And Samoa Joe now with a running senton there on Austin Aries. Plenty of history there with Nakamura and Joe, as we said. And, well, Samoa Joe, he would love to be the first man to beat Austin Aries here on the main roster. And, well, you know, Austin Aries has only had 2 matches now. And, you know, Samoa Joe could be the one to just kind of put Austin Aries back in his place a little bit. And the fact is, Austin Aries, he had a hellacious match against Nakamura at Extreme Rules. He made Nakamura tap out. It was the biggest win of his career. It was huge. And Austin Aries now has all the confidence in the world. And if he can keep this going, who knows what he'll be able to accomplish in the future. Austin Aries, he has been terrific in such a short period of time. But when you win such a big match like that, as Aries and Joe battling away to the outside, count of 5 now by the referee. Both men going to get back in the ring. Will they? Count of 6 now as a belly-to-belly there by Joe. Count of 7. A count-out will do for Samoa Joe. He's not interested in the count-out, though. He's going to get Aries back in the ring. Count of 8. And they get back in. But Samoa Joe, he beats Austin Aries tonight. It just will kind of, you know, peg back Austin Aries a little bit. Who's obviously, you know, his ego is sky high at the moment. He just came off ending a championship reign of Nakamura. Surprise victory. And I guess you have to wonder, was it a one-hit wonder? Was it just a one night of glory? Was Austin Aries, you know, can he back that up? Was it a fluke? Did Aries get lucky? Because I think the thing that kind of caught Nakamura off guard is that we haven't seen Austin Aries wrestle since last season in NXT. Since the NXT TakeOver special, NXT TakeOver number 3. That was the last time we saw him wrestle, and that was against Bobby Roode in a losing effort on that occasion. So, Austin Aries has been a long time since we've seen him wrestle until Extreme Rules, so I think Nakamura might have been just caught off guard a little bit there. A 6+ month wait in between matches for Austin Aries, and that's difficult, you know, to prepare for that type of match when you haven't really seen him for such a long period of time. Aries now with a DDT, spiking Samoa Joe head first. And the confidence now of Aries continues to grow, and a victory over Samoa Joe here tonight will solidify Aries as a major star of Monday Night Raw's future. Been given a high-paying contract as Aries launches himself over the top of the rope. Well, Austin Aries, he's got a $300,000 deal plus, and you know, that's off the back of his work in NXT, and arguably he hasn't really had all that much success down at NXT, but that's how much Raw was prepared to pay for Austin Aries. And you look on the contrary, Nakamura has a $350,000 deal, so Nakamura slightly more than Austin Aries, but not a lot more, and Nakamura has achieved quite a lot more. And we've been told Nakamura's market value severely dropping, and Shinsuke Nakamura's contract does end at SummerSlam. So maybe there's a chance Nakamura might look to move on, maybe go somewhere else, or maybe even he may ask for a major increase on his contract, and Raw may not be able to afford it. But and Samoa Joe, he's another guy very similar to Nakamura on a $350,000 deal. So Austin Aries immediately nearly on the same amount of money as the other 2 guys you see on your screen. So that's a lot of pressure on Austin Aries, and I guess if you're like Samoa Joe or Nakamura, you'd be feeling that, hey, I should be getting that extra money from my accomplishments, especially Nakamura being one of the longest reigning US champions, the second longest reigning US champion, and having one of the great championship reigns in the last year. Nakamura definitely should be asking for a hell of a lot more, and he'll be disappointed. And immediately Austin Aries comes in, takes his championship. Now, potentially, he could renegotiate for a bigger contract down the line as well. So, a bit of jealousy maybe there from Nakamura and Aries, and obviously Austin Aries will be gloating and telling the world how great he is. And we doubted Christian. We said that Christian made a mistake in investing in Austin Aries instead of Nakamura. I thought Nakamura was the stronger investment. I thought Nakamura was going to be the future of Raw. But Christian believes that Austin Aries is the future of Raw, and he's investing in Austin Aries a lot more than he is Nakamura. And it's early days, but Austin Aries is looking as though he's proving to be worth the investment. As a cover now by Aries, could be a hit for Joe, a kick out. Samoa Joe, he's battling away. He wants to move up to the card. He wants to be in the main event. And we saw Goldberg win the Universal Championship at Extreme Rules as Aries takes down Joe. And we've been told that a lot of guys in the back want a piece of Goldberg, want to be the one to beat Goldberg. And we have been told that Samoa Joe is one of those names. And that's very interesting. Samoa Joe has yet to really prove himself at that level. Hold that thought as Austin Aries now lining up Samoa Joe. Big shot to Joe. It's now Aries. Here we go. Last chancery. Nakamura tapped out to this in Extreme Rules. Will this seal the deal for Austin Aries and take him to Money in the Bank? Will this be the move that takes Aries into the ladder match? The first participant? No. Aries can't get the win as Joe able to fight through and stays alive in this match. Right hand now by Samoa Joe. And Austin Aries, well, he's still in it. His match has been saved for the time being as he gets Joe towards the middle of the ring, trying to put him away here. Can't do it though. Kick out at 2. Well, Samoa Joe's yet to really prove himself in the main event scene. He's had one opportunity at the Universal Championship in the past, and that was at Extreme Rules. And he got lucky to be in that match. He wasn't scheduled to be in there, but he was a replacement, of course, for Daniel Bryan at the time. And Joe, I think he impressed. I think he proved us, oh, what an insecurity there by Joe. I think he showed to us that he can hang with the big guys. He can hang with the best of the best. I just think he needs an opportunity. And Christian, I think he's got a situation where he's got so many guys that want an opportunity and deserve an opportunity. He just doesn't know which one to give that to or who deserves it the most. And he's trying to prove that. Certainly a match like this is not just about Money in the Bank. This is about proving who is the next big thing here on Raw. Aries, Joe, Nakamura, as you see on the sideline there. This is a big one for Christian. He'll be watching on, trying to figure out who is the guy to invest in. Because really, there's only maybe room for one, maybe two of these guys to take it to the next level. And that could mean one of these guys could miss out. And if someone misses out, that could definitely be SmackDown's game. Because they might be able to pick out one of these men here in this situation right now. Is Aries trying to get Joe beat, but he can't do it. And that would be huge for SmackDown. You get Nakamura, Joe, or Aries. That is a major, major pickup. We've seen Samoa Joe on SmackDown, and he left thanks to the draft. And that was I think a big blow to Samoa Joe. I think he was just starting to get some steam over on SmackDown. Just start to really prove that he's ready to kind of challenge for that IC Championship, may even become the champion and do some big things. But the change to Raw, I think, has just kind of upset Joe's momentum in recent times. Oh, geez, he nearly got him there. The shoulders are down, the pressure on Austin Aries, and Joe just couldn't quite put him away. Aries now countering and into a suplex. Down goes Joe. And obviously Joe losing at Payback to Nakamura in that US Championship match has just kind of derailed Samoa Joe's momentum a little bit. Missed out at Extreme Rules, was not a part of that one. And he'll be wanting to get in that Money in the Bank match desperately. To be involved in a pay-per-view again and just kind of get his Raw career started. Get it going as Aries now up top. Here he goes. Oh, went for the elbow. And Joe able to get out of harm's way. If he connects, that could have been it. A connection there would have put a lot of pressure on Samoa Joe. Right into the chest. As now Austin Aries feeling the effects here as Joe wrenching the neck of Austin Aries back. Knee now to Joe. And knee again. As these two back and forth putting on a great performance. Snapmare takedown now by Austin Aries as he drives the elbow into the top of Samoa Joe's head. Aries getting Joe close to the ropes. And wait a second, he's using the ropes. Referee can't see it because he can't see anything. And Austin Aries able to cheat, but it's unsuccessful because Samoa Joe still able to kick out. Aries trying to use the ropes for extra leverage. Not enough though. He might need to look for a big move to then follow for the cheat. As Joe, what about that? Joe with the leg taking Austin Aries down off the top rope, spinning into that, well, I guess that leg connection right into the chest and head region as an STO. Samoa Joe just starting to rev up a little bit here, just starting to get into his stride and work his way into this matchup and potentially work his way to something big here. Aries is in some trouble. The US champion, this is not what he wants. This is his first match on Raw. And Aries, following on from a huge win at Extreme Rules, could be closing in on a huge loss here on Monday Night Raw, a loss that he can't afford. Aries now, here it comes! The spinning elbow right into the skull of Joe, but no! Wow, Samoa Joe had the wherewithal to take Aries off his feet when Aries was probably going to pin him there and put him away. Aries now going for it again. Last chance for him, but is Joe's foot underneath the rope? Referee says yes. Joe gets a reprieve. His foot just slid underneath the rope. Aries going for the cover. I don't think he's going to get him, and he won't. Samoa Joe getting very lucky. Austin Aries could have beat him right there. There's now Aries. Wants Joe up. Joe's not even moving, though. And Aries is going to have to try something. I think Joe playing possum a little bit there. And Aries fell for it. Joe not getting up to his feet. Tried to take advantage, but Austin Aries able to come back from it. Is now Aries. Once again. Oh, he's trying to get Joe up. He's not happy with Joe. A big kick to the back. More pressure now on Samoa Joe. Here's the cover again. Give me it here for Joe. Another kick out. Close match between these two. Two of the next big things here on Raw. Battling it out for a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Only one Money in the Bank ladder match this year. 3 men from Raw, 3 men from Smackdown as a DDT. Spots are limited. And getting into that match is like winning the lottery. It could change your life. If you can climb all the way and grab that briefcase, you can go from being, a man in obscurity to holding on to the championship above your head and having all the glory in the world. We've seen it a number of times now here in Universe Mode. Will we see it again here? Maybe it's one of these two who will do it. Joe now, German, into the Dragon. Samoa Joe launching Aries around the ring. He's done this many times to beat many men. Shoulders down. Aries in trouble. No, he gets the shoulders up and stays in this match just barely. But Samoa Joe may be closing in on a win now. Austin Aries is in some trouble. Launched around the ring like that, it's so difficult to come back from. Joe now, DDT. Big counter there by Joe. Aries tried to grab onto Joe. He's missed out as Joe. He can't connect with that knee. Connect with the right hand though. And hang on! Got Canada clutch! Yes, it's in! Samoa Joe tried to make Austin Aries go to sleep, and Aries has no choice to tap out. Austin Aries cannot survive the destroyer that is Samoa Joe. The Samoan submission machine comes into full effect here tonight on Raw. Joe qualifies for Money in the Bank. The first man who is in that match, it is Samoa Joe. And what a night it could be for Samoa Joe at that pay-per-view. Joe has just struggled to find his feet here on Raw, but with that victory, Samoa Joe could be well on his way to leapfrogging the competition and becoming a future world champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you talk about a big Monday Night Raw main event. Well, look no further than what we have for you here tonight. We've seen these two battle it out in the past, and whenever we see it, we love it. It's AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. So much history between these two. Well, tonight, forget about history. It's all about Money in the Bank. It's all about qualifying and joining Samoa Joe in that Money in the Bank ladder match and going on to accomplish history and achieve glory themselves. Seth Rollins, well, he was, I guess, somewhat a part of the Money in the Bank situation last year when Finn Balor cashed in on Dolph Ziggler. Rollins just lost his championship to Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam, and just moments later, Finn Balor cashed in on Dolph Ziggler, and of course, well, Rollins had opportunities at Finn Balor and the championship later on. So he knows the power of Money in the Bank and what it's capable of producing And so does this man AJ Styles, aligning himself with Finn Balor, of course, who was the champion. And AJ Styles, well, he was actually part of last year's Money in the Bank ladder match. And he was a part of, well, SmackDown's Money in the Bank ladder match. Can you believe that? The only time AJ Styles, I guess, has ever represented SmackDown was when he was in that matchup. And it was a losing effort for AJ Styles, but it was an opportunity for AJ Styles to get his feet in the door. Former NXT champion, yet to win the big one. Royal Rumble winner. AJ Styles has done a lot of terrific things here in Universe Mode, but has yet to win the big one. Is Money in the Bank the time, the moment he needs to win and get an opportunity whenever he likes? Will he cash it in on Goldberg? Will he go over to SmackDown and cash it in on his former ally of Finn Balor? But AJ Styles first has to qualify against Seth Rollins here tonight. Looking forward to this one. And we can confirm that on SmackDown in the next episode of Universe Mode, we will see an Extreme Rules rematch. It is the final encounter between these two men who just hate each other. Maybe hold that thought for 1 second as Rollins is about to fly here off the top of the rope. What has he got planned here for AJ Styles early on? Rollins now with the knees off the top of the rope. Very effective there by Seth. Well, just back to that matchup on this week's SmackDown. We saw the two compete at Extreme Rules in a no-holds-barred match, but we will see the rematch. Chris Jericho, Hideo Itami. It's one apiece in singles action. Now we'll see the third and final singles match and the third and final encounter to determine who will get one of SmackDown's Money in the Bank ladder match spots, and that is going to be a terrific battle. Two men who just hate each other. They'll fight it out for a chance to be a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, Chris Jericho has won Money in the Bank here on Universe Mode, and Jericho would love to do it again. Go back to Season 2 of Universe Mode, and Jericho won and cashed in successfully. As now Styles tried to hit the backbreaker. Rollins didn't allow it as he kicked Styles right in the gut. Of course, these two competed plenty of times last year. We saw these two battle it out when it was the Club up against the likes of Rollins, Ziggler and Cena. AJ Styles encountering Rollins plenty of times. So these two know each other well. It's only fitting that we revisit this once again as we look to take the one spot in this matchup. And of course, as we said earlier on, that Money in the Bank really kind of started the whole issue between the Club and Rollins, Ziggler and co. Styles stomping away on Seth Rollins, looking to get Rollins up onto his feet, looking for something big, but Rollins up to his feet. Styles couldn't really connect with what he was looking for. Missing out with the right hand there as he's now taken into the corner by the two-time WWE champion, multiple-time tag team champion, and United States champion Seth Rollins. Many believe Seth Rollins may be arguably the greatest superstar in Universe Mode history. All the championships he's won, every single division, every single time he's challenged for a title, he has been able to win it at some point in time. Every title he's wanted to win, he's got his hands on. That is why Rollins is so impressive. As now Styles looking for that springboard 450, just didn't have Rollins in the right range and overdid it just a touch, missing out. So Rollins very well decorated here in Universe Mode, combining with the likes of Roman Reigns to be the longest rating tag team champions in total in Universe Mode history. Very impressive there by Seth Rollins. Hooking the leg now could be it for Styles, and that was a few years ago. Just goes to show how good their tag team title reign was. Shot to the gut there. Now Styles has Rollins up and drill! Wow, drills him head first with that brainbuster. Scrambling the brains of Rollins, could be here for Seth. No, a kick out. Well, AJ Styles focused, determined. There's no doubt about it. AJ Styles winning the Royal Rumble was fantastic. A great moment for his career. But ever since he's had to deal with Finn Balor and ever since he lost at WrestleMania, he just hasn't been himself. It just hasn't been the AJ Styles we know. And it's been disappointing. And AJ Styles, he'll be disappointed in himself. He hasn't really been featured too much on Raw and on the pay-per-views. He's missed out. A lot of the fans are wondering what's going on with AJ. Where is he? What's he doing? You know, why is he not on Raw more often as a Pele kick? A losing effort to Kevin Owens on last week's Raw. Now here to Seth Rollins. Another loss here tonight for Styles will be detrimental for him. Shoulders down. Couldn't quite get it though as a rope break enforced. Many even believe that AJ Styles may need to even think about trying to switch over to SmackDown. A fresh start. And go back and maybe defeat Finn Balor. Get that win over Finn Balor that he, I think, desperately needs. I think that's one of the things that are kind of, you know, in his head, and he hasn't been able to recover from. Ever since losing at WrestleMania, AJ Styles just hasn't been himself, and the club itself is doing great, but arguably they don't really need AJ Styles anymore. It's a DDT there by Rollins. So AJ Styles, he maybe just it will take one big win. Maybe this is all he needs. As beautiful move there by Seth Rollins as now he's going to get AJ Styles back to his feet. Going to roll through here. Look out! Big kick right in the button there. Super kicking Styles right on the jaw, and that could be it for AJ, but Rollins can't capitalize. Needs to take a breather. So for AJ Styles, maybe it's one win tonight. Maybe he defeats Rollins and everything goes back to normal. AJ Styles gets back to his best. Confidence is down though. There's no doubt about that. Rollins, however, his confidence is up. He challenged Goldberg. He wants to fight Goldberg. And that is a big and brave move by Seth Rollins. I don't know about that. You know, he called Goldberg out at Extreme Rules in the pre-show, said, look, if you win that championship, I want to be the one to take it from you. Myself and many others in the back want to challenge you for that championship. And that's a big, big thing to say by Seth Rollins. That's a big statement, and that's very risky. Goldberg has been running through everybody in his way, including Seth Rollins. And Rollins is fed up. So Rollins, if he can win here tonight, go on to Money in the Bank and win the Money in the Bank contract, he could cash in as a brainbuster there by Styles again. Rollins could cash in on Goldberg whenever he liked. You know, maybe he could do it later on in the night at Money in the Bank. Maybe he waits until SummerSlam. Maybe he waits the next night on Raw. Whenever it's a phenomenal forearm by Styles. Well, that could be it here. Forget about Rollins' dreams. It's over because Styles has done it. Well, wait. Well, the referee slapped for the 3 count. I heard the 3, but the referee said no, it was 2. It was just kicked out. He just kicked out so late the referee couldn't stop his hand from touching the mat. Very, very close. That's controversial, but it's going to remain. It's going to keep this match alive. This match remains going. I mean, that's very, yeah, that's going to be tough for AJ. He's already a bit fragile at the moment. Close calls like that could really upset him. And let's hope he can come back from it. Phenomenal forearm. Nearly beating Rollins, though. As close as it gets as a clothesline in the corner there. Styles now heading up to the second. Rollins needs to get up, apparently. AJ Styles wants him up to his feet because he wants to do that. Oh, I think he might have went for another big shot there. Maybe in a forearm again off the second. Rollins now. Trouble here is he's going for the calf crusher. It's locked in, but Rollins' foot must have been underneath that bottom rope there. Can't quite tell for that camera angle, but the referee did call for the break, so we'll take his word. Not that his word really means that much, but we'll take it anyways. So Styles, geez, he's looking good. Phenomenal forearm, the calf crusher, but he just hasn't been able to put Rollins away yet. And now Styles, what has he got planned here? Another phenomenal forearm, maybe? He's going for it, and this time Rollins evades. If Rollins gets struck with that forearm again, well, Styles would be in the match with Samoa Joe at Money in the Bank. No doubt about that. And a desperation clothesline sending AJ Styles to the outside of the ring, keeping this one alive. So important is this matchup for both superstars. Both men need this victory. Rollins would love to cash in and end Goldberg's championship reign. Styles just wants to get himself back in the winner's circle. Pedigree now by Rollins. The arms were hooked and connected headfirst, driving Styles down. The pedigree now to Styles, and certainly against the run of play in this match. No doubt about it. But Styles, though, kicked out of the pedigree. Well, AJ's not messing about here tonight. A kick out keeps this one going, and this one continues. Well, this is a battle of the major heavyweights here on Raw. 2 of the absolute best battling it out for a place in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. German suplex now by AJ Styles. Shoulders are down. Could be here for Seth Rollins as he will. Oh, he'll just kick out. Referee on top of that this time, and this time gets the call right. Springboard splashes down there on Rollins onto his back region. Tough match for both men here tonight. They're feeling the effects, no doubt about it. AJ Styles giving it his all. Rollins is giving it his all as well. No man has been able to beat one another as of yet. How much longer can they go for, though? A tough match like this, it will take a lot out in your body. This is the type of match that they need. The type of performance that they need to prepare themselves for Money in the Bank, where 6 of the very best from Raw and SmackDown compete. 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. The absolute best. On one occasion, as a sling blade takes down AJ, is now a standing shooting star press to follow it up. This has been good from Rollins, just starting to get some momentum in the last few minutes of this one. Since that pedigree, Rollins is really looking likely to beat AJ here. AJ's got to hang on. He had the momentum in the early part of this match. This may do it, but the hands are underneath the ropes, of course, and AJ can't quite pick up the victory as of yet. What's Rollins got planned here? Look out, he's going for the Falcon Arrow. And he gets AJ down. Trouble now for AJ, hooking that leg. AJ's got to dig deep to keep his Money in the Bank aspirations alive. He does. AJ needs the win to turn his last couple of bad months around. Rollins wants Goldberg, and this is one way he can do it. As now another Pele kick. Wow, did he connect there? I thought he was going to kick the head of Seth Rollins off the body or just then. That was brutal from AJ. Excellent stuff. As now Rollins running neck breaker, but he's not going to be able to do it. Running Bulldog, I should say, is now a Hurricane Runner from behind. Seth Rollins, he's closing in on this win. As now the super kick, and AJ's been cut. A shot to the head, but Styles, his foot's underneath the rope, referee, surely. He gets that shoulder up just barely, but I thought for sure some part of the boot was underneath the rope. Maybe not, but geez, it was close. Referee, I can't trust him. I just can't. I want to, but I can't. I thought maybe his foot was underneath the rope. It won't matter anyways. Double knees to AJ Styles into the head. Takes down the Royal Rumble winner. The former NXT champion is in trouble. As now Rollins went for that pedigree again, I believe. I think he wanted to strike AJ in the gut and go for it. And now a half crab here by AJ. Just trying to keep Rollins grounded. Just trying everything he can to keep him down. But Rollins, shot to the head. Styles is down. Rollins now from behind. What has he got planned here? Reverse DDT takes AJ off his feet. And now Rollins may be looking to fly over the top. Rollins now has AJ in position. Seth Rollins went for that knee off the top of the rope. Trying to spring off those ropes there, but he's not going to be able to do it. Styles now countering. Has AJ in the corner. Sorry, Rollins in the corner. AJ misses. It's now Rollins has AJ going for that fisherman suplex. Keeps the legs hooked. Could be it here. No, a kick out by AJ. This match stays alive. Who the hell is going to win and go to Money in the Bank? It's as close as you like between the two. Rollins is down as AJ Styles continues the pressure here. And Styles, what has he got planned? He's dragging Rollins towards the middle of the ring. Maybe he thought about going towards the ropes. That's a long way to drag Rollins. There's a late kick out there near for the count of 2. And AJ trying to get the crowd behind him. They're not exactly interested. The crowd is supporting Rollins tonight. I'm sure AJ would love a bit of crowd support to help him get through his recent woes. But he's not getting it tonight. Heads collide. As now Rollins stops that takedown from AJ Styles. As now head first spikes AJ's head. And AJ could be seeing stars right now. That was brutal from Rollins. As now the Snapman takedown. AJ trying to survive. Both men back and forth. It's so close right now. One more big move could do it. Single leg takedown there by Rollins. Standing shooting star. And Rollins is fired up. The crowd supporting Seth Rollins. He's now stomping away. AJ Styles in the chest. AJ's in trouble. Back body drop, down goes Rollins. Could that save the day for AJ? Or is he on borrowed time? But AJ now, he's going for one last big move. Can he find? No, he can't find it. As now, Falcon Arrow by Rollins. The Falcon Arrow as now Rollins wants AJ up. Wait a second, AJ! That's not where you want to be! The curb stop by Rollins. AJ Styles caught in a bad position. Rollins takes advantage. And Seth Rollins is going to Money in the Bank. Well, Rollins, he is going all the way to Money in the Bank. Wait a second, Goldberg's here already. Goldberg's here. Rollins stayed on his feet. I think he realized that Goldberg could be coming. What a clubbing clothesline. Goldberg is here, and he's got a steel chair. Well, AJ got out of the ring, and he's on his way back up to the back. Meanwhile, Rollins is getting attacked here by Goldberg. The Universal Champion is here to send a message. Goldberg, right hand there to Seth Rollins, and takes down Seth. Oh God, come on. Goldberg striking after Rollins just went through a tough match with AJ Styles with a spear. Oh my God. We understand that Kevin Owens is not here tonight, recovering after his tough match with Goldberg. And Goldberg realizes that Rollins is all alone and he's just easy pickings. Well, Rollins, I guess you can argue he brought this on himself as Goldberg is going for the jackhammer. Connects. Rollins talked a lot of trash saying that he's coming for Goldberg and that he despises him. That he's ashamed to have him as, you know, their champion. Rollins believes Goldberg does not deserve it. Well, Goldberg is looking to send a message to Rollins and everyone in the back because apparently there is a big locker room, you know, discussion that they all want to take Goldberg out. The locker room is trying to come together and they want Goldberg out of here. And, well, Goldberg, I mean, he takes out Rollins here. This could be a big step for Goldberg to be well on his way to dominating and controlling Raw completely. Well, wait a second. Goldberg has the steel chair on Rollins' throat. Goldberg, no. Oh my God, he's just stomped that chair on Seth Rollins' throat, crushing Seth Rollins. And now Goldberg is not done yet. Come on, he's had enough, Goldberg. Another jackhammer. And Goldberg, you want to talk about sending a statement? My God, has he done that tonight? Rollins could be on the shelf. Can Rollins even make it to Money in the Bank? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Universe Mode here tonight. I mean, I can't believe what we just saw, but Rollins beats AJ Styles. He's in the ladder match for now. We'll have a medical update on Seth Rollins next week on Raw, and it's not looking good from an early look there. On the next episode of Universe Mode, we will see Chris Jericho and Hideo Itami end it once and for all, with the winner going on to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Universe Mode. If you haven't already, check out the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And also, make sure you leave a like on this episode. Let's try and hit 2 likes to celebrate the first 2 participants in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. Hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.